Low. Right. Okay, so, yeah, good. I will not be watching Discord anymore, I will just be watching OBS and the chat. And I'm fairly impressed that... It is dropping a couple of frames. But apparently it seems as if I am actually streaming in 1080p with 60 frames per second. At least according to my own Firefox Twitch thingy. Does that happen to be the case for you guys as well? Huh. They removed that crap. That's nice of them. Interesting. Oh well, anyways, I guess I should say something akin to welcome to the stream, which feels very weird. Maybe that it's forcing you all to watch at the level that I'm streaming. That's true, but I have no idea how to modify that, because I just set it up the way that Twitch told me to set it up. In OBS, I have the settings at rescaling to 1080p. Using the NVIDIA NVENC H264 new encoder with all the settings that Twitch said that I should use. I'm not sure why it's not downsampling. Is that an option somewhere in the Twitch control panel? Oh, okay. But this is not really, I mean, you could be, I mean, you might be right about the overwhelming people, but if people don't have 6 megabits of internet in 2021, I'm a bit worried. I mean, do you notice any of either of you? Do you notice any kind of elitist? Yep, that's what being Norwegian involves, you know. We're all elitists and spoiled beyond reason when it comes to our internet speeds. Well, not if you live in the outer regions. That's a bit rougher. That's good to hear. But if anyone has any issues with the bitrate, then please let me know, because I am currently pushing it out at 1080. You have 600 megabits down. Nice. I am pushing out at 1080p, 60 FPS, which should be using around 6 megabits of download speed. And if that is too much, I can always downsample it to 720p. Although I am not happy about that, because I like quality. As Wally just described me, I am an elitist. Quality elitist. Oh. Yep. Holes, edges, Caledorn Satisfactory. I have a knack of finding them. It's like Exterminator and trains in Factorio. Okay. Of course I say elitist like an elitist. I have a British accent, you nincompoop. I wonder if that's a flagged word on Twitch. is mod peps underscore 515. There we go. We'll make it a flagged bird. Why, thank you. This, of course, is the waffling part. Me running around like a headless chicken, not knowing what I'm doing. What I was supposed to do was go check how much water these refineries output. I am actually drinking coffee right now. 120 per minute. That's 480 water. And I have 6 of these. That's 900 water. So I'm going to need 420 water. But I'm going to need it on each side. So 240 water on this side. And 3 of these is 450. Oh gosh. Mathematics. I cursed the day someone invented mathematics. 450 minus 240, Wally. It's nice to have a personal calculator in the chat. Although he's probably ignoring me. See. I should be able to do stuff like that in my head, but 210. And each of these produce 120, so I need... It was too fast for you to understand. Well then, my most sincere apologies. Oops. I like these pipe alignment thingies that they've done. It looks so much better now. Okay, so I have too much crap in my inventory. One. And I am going to need to do something about the pipes. This pipe needs to go. Because it is now redundant. So I don't know if you have watched my first episode to completion as of yet, but yeah, I know. The mod view is slightly overwhelming. But I'm sure that Wally will be more than happy to explain to you. He has some work-related stuff that he has to do, so he will be in and out of chat as far as I know. Do I need that? Yes, I need that. And now you distracted me. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, that was what I was going to say. I don't know if you watched my my first episode to completion, but I did not fix aluminium. As a matter of fact, what I did was merely what do they call it? Band-aid. Because they have changed the aluminium recipes rather dramatically. They are quite different. Before the patch, this refinery here was outputting 480 aluminium ingots with the stuff that I have. or had. I have removed a couple of refineries. Now, after the patch, this same place is going to output 2,880 aluminium ingots, which is a slight difference. But then again, you need more aluminium, but I think that I am overproducing. Not that that is an uncommon thing when I do Satisfactory stuff. Or anything stuff, for that matter. Well, I do have the occasional lapse. Depends on how much the heretic is influencing me. So sometimes I lapse into saying aluminum and get a foul taste in my mouth afterwards. Okay, that's one side done. On this side, basically the same thing. Ah, this place was a mess. I am quite happy that they simplified the aluminium process, because the while the old process was great tutorial material, this was probably one of the most painful things to set up in game. I mean, people were struggling with setting up coal power plants, and then they had to deal with this crap. And we need to upgrade this to... I should use this menu. Much easier. I'm just not used to it yet. Well, I got the chance. And this menu being the menu you get when you click and hold E. Yeah, wash down the foul taste in my mouth from the word aluminum with coffee. There we go. That's a good idea, actually. I guess I'm turning into Zeely now. At least I'm not drinking microwaved coffee. This is proper coffee from a proper Nespresso coffee machine with quality coffee and coffee syrup and everything in it. I'm a coffee elitist. There we go. That's not half bad, if I may say so myself. What's the difference between a snob and an elitist, God? Please do tell me. Enlighten us. Ah, right. Peps has enlightened us. The difference in the afterwards. So I am not using those that are far away. Do I need a bigger pump? At least I... Toodles. That's better. Much crap. So, for those of you who weren't here yesterday when I streamed in the Discord thingy, they changed the alignment of the outlet pipes on the water extractors, and I was very amused by how they've changed it, because you can now place these, they even snap now. If you place one down, you get the, well, if I try to do it somewhere where it's actually possible to place it, you get the snap line when you hold down control, which is good. But as you can see, the pipes are slightly misaligned here because they moved the outlets. And I'm guessing that was due to popular demand because people didn't want the squiggly pipes. And my amusement was with Coffee Stain's decision to make the squiggly pipe on the extractor itself instead. So now people do not have a choice. They will have to live with squiggly pipes whether they want or not. You can't even offset the extractors now. Oh, and I'm not going to bother fix this. It works. Time for a bath in this nice, clean, tasty water. Why is there a foundation there? Yep. And it's very much in line with Coffee Stain's sense of humor as well. Can we make... We can do what they want, but we'll do it our way. Okay, so that's the water dealt with. But I still have too much water in the pipeline because my calculation was 210, which means that I need to adjust. Okay, need to adjust one of these. Thank you, autosave. So I want 90 per minute. That's better. That means that I'm producing 210 down here, and I am also producing the other 240 water that I need from the other refineries. I'm quite amused by the title they picked. It didn't make sense to Wally, but then again, what does? Aluminium scrap, that was not the one I was looking for. I'm looking for these ones. Because this is the recipe name, Sloppy Alumina, which, as Wally pointed out, and it is a fair point, why is this recipe sloppy when it's actually outputting pure alumina solution? There is nothing sloppy about it. Yeah, I know, I was making that point, Peps. Whereas the default... This one is set to sloppy alumina as well? Have I actually changed all of them? I have. Okay, let's build a refinery then. The default recipe is alumina solution, which this is the one that I would have thought would be sloppy, and Wally and I actually agreed on that in an event that shook the core of the universe because there was a great disturbance in the force or something. I don't know. But that was a lovely timing. Right. Back to my sloppy alumina. This is what what I would consider sloppy, since it actually outputs something else. The default recipe isn't bad, but you have to deal with the silica, which of course you can deal with by using the other default recipe, which is aluminium scrap. That require no, it's not that one. It's the which one is it? Oh, right, it's the one in the foundry. The aluminium ingot, that takes silica. But the setup I'm doing here, and when I'm ready for that, that's when I'm going to end the stream, because, or it might happen before too, but depending on anything really. I need to open a window. There we go. Depending on how long this will take me, because this is going to take some time. Basically what I want to do with the streaming thing is just let people see what I'm doing, see what I'm building, instead of just doing it off camera. And as long as I feel up for it, like I did today and yesterday, I might as well just stream it. So instead of using the foundries, actually all of the recipes I'm using are alternate ones, but that was a point that I made yesterday, which is the hard drive hunting is kind of annoying. I think we can all agree to that. It is more than kind of annoying. The first time you do it, it's fun. Like going out into the wilderness. Except in this area here, the Red Swamp. Hard drive hunting in the Red Swamp is not fun. Nothing is fun in the Red Swamp. I hate this area with a passion. Spiders, poison everywhere, and yucky water. It is beautiful, I'll give it that. It looks, even with the poison clouds everywhere, it looks kind of pretty, but this is not the place that I would go if I were on Planet Massage A2BB blah blah blah. And I lost my train of thought. Yeah, hard drive hunting. So when you play the game for the mind-numbing and mindless dumb. He has a point. Too bad he can't hear me. Like this save, 375 hours. This save, 315 hours. And that was the Update 3 series. I don't have the old save games. So I am well beyond 1,000 hours in Satisfactory at this point. Well beyond. And going hard drive hunting is so boring that I used the Satisfactory calculator and put 30 hard drives in my inventory and clicked save and downloaded the save game. Because I don't want to spend 4 hours driving around in nature finding hard drives one more time. When I do the next series, I will. But at this point, I felt it was more important to actually get the recipes and all that stuff up front, so that I could get on with the game. Yes, that is cheating. Do I have any regrets? None whatsoever. Coated iron canister. That's 2 iron plates. And 1 copper sheet. That produces 4 canisters at a rate of 60 per minute. so we'll take that. And I don't think that I can get any more recipes since that was alone, so I'm not gonna waste a hard drive on that. 2 seconds, please. Wow, it actually worked. What? Why? Oh, well. Sorry, I just had to check something. I wish I had something that would tell me who is... Cheaters never prosper, says the man who edited in hard drives himself. I need to set up things in terms of notifications so that I know that people are coming into the chat and stuff, because it's nice to welcome people. Because I see there are more people here than I expected for my very, very first time on Twitch. Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. Okay. I am waffling extensively now. What I need to do here is, because the old setup was 12 refineries, making that's fine. I'm prepared. I already have emotes lined up actually, but not because I wanted to have emotes for this thing, but because I wanted to have Patreon tier icons. So I actually have an artist who is very skilled, who is doing that for me now. So those will be coming sometime this or next week, I think. I need to fetch something, which gives me an excellent way to test something, which is the pause screen. So I will be right back. Actually, making that pause screen thing and having a stream deck, that took me 10 minutes. And the Twitch thing, yesterday, I was very consigned not to do Twitch. Like, I was very stubborn about it. I did not want to do Twitch. Here we are. See, I do listen to you, eventually. And I've also been paying attention to other people, like, you know, Red Circuit. I have a slight idea about what is involved. If this is going to be something that is going to be regular, it does take both time, effort, and not to mention a certain sense of commitment, long time commitment. So, and what I was saying before I had to fetch something, I had 12 refineries doing the alumina solution here, and those used to output, what was it? I think it was 120 And in addition to that, they output, it's byproduct 240, so 20 silica each. Yeah, 20 silica each. They changed that completely so that the basic recipe outputs 150 alumina solution and 50 silica instead. But anyway, I had 12 of those refineries, and then I had 4 refineries over here that are responsible for making aluminium scrap. Now the ratio here hasn't changed for the recipe that I'm going to use, because this one used to be the basic recipe used to be petroleum coke. So those of you who have watched my episode number 1, you will know that a great deal of that episode involved me building the coal belt down to this outpost, which apparently was a complete waste of time. But on the other hand, I don't think it was a waste of time, because the setup that I show in episode 1 is the basic setup, which brings me back to my earlier rant about hard drives. Because, as I mentioned yesterday in the Discord stream, I don't think casual players will go hard drive hunting for like 30 hard drives. And that means that they will mostly be using the basic recipes. So it is useful to have that. And in this specific case, I think that the alternate recipes are tiered, so that if you are on... well, I know they're tiered in a way. They are tiered locked to what you have unlocked in the hub. But there also seems to be a kind of a pool. Pool A, Pool B, Pool C, something like that, where in the beginning of the game you will get the most important alternate recipes like stitched iron plates and the iron wire. Those kinds of recipes you will get quickly, and it doesn't matter how much you've unlocked in the hub, you will still get those recipes first, because those alternate recipes are very important for anyone who does alternate recipes. But in regards to this tier of recipe, like aluminium is, I think they moved it to tier 5. I'm not sure if it's tier 5 or tier 6, but it is at least in that segment, because they moved it down from tier 7, 8 to the previous tier in the space elevator unlock stuff. So I just need to cut that coal belt off. So the thing there is, it depends on how lucky you are, but also it depends on the favoring the game has for the alternate recipes it presents you with. But to get a proper running aluminium refinery using alternate recipes, you need 3. 1, the sloppy alumina. 2, the electrode something electrode scrap, or whatever they call the recipe. Yeah, electrode aluminium scrap. And then you also need this one, the pure aluminium ingot. Now I'm going to require a great deal of batteries. I'm going to have to either edit in the power shards, or I have to go hunt slugs. But since I'm in the Dune Desert, I don't think I'm going to bother editing it in, because there are slugs everywhere. So, because I shall show you. I shall address the chat as soon as because if I address the chat before, I'm going to get confused and lose my train of thought. Because the default output on this is what you see above. 54 in and 27 out. But if you set the production rate at 30 per minute... Oh, well then. That's more decimals than it showed me yesterday. you get a much simpler setup with 60-30. But with the setup I have here, which is basically 4 refineries doing the electrode alternate recipe for aluminium scrap, I'm going to need 48 of these. Which means that I need 48 power cells, or power shards. But that it's not a problem. I can happily and easily get those slugs. Okay, so that's me describing the game process. I need to obviously make this area a bit larger. I don't know if I need copper anymore. I think I need copper for the Alclad, and I also think that I need it for the other recipe. Yeah, I need copper here, and the other recipe for the, because this one too. So actually you need 4 alternate recipes, because this one. No. I didn't want to do that. I did not want to do that. Stop that. Oops. Did it output anything? I don't think it did. Well, if it did, it would have gone to my inventory, because the belt is full. Let's go have a look at that. Assembler, there. This one outputs... this one also uses copper ingots. The basic recipe here, I mean, you get 112.5 per minute. You could do some overclocking here as well and say I would want to have 120 per minute. Well, I would have to insert a power shard. I don't know exactly what I would do with the numbers up here. It would be 120 aluminium ingots, but I'm not sure if that would equal 80 copper ingots per minute. I mean, I could calculate it, but I'm not going to bother. And 112 per minute is fine. The default recipe for it's not in this one, it's in this one? Yeah. The default recipe is 90 to 60. So 90 to 60, instead I can use 112.5 to 112.5 if I just add some copper. And as it so happens, there is a pure copper ingot or node. It would be nice if you could get ingots directly from the nodes. Just a little ways over there, like 200 meters or something. So, okay. Game-related stuff done. Random idea, and I have to say before I forget, it would be extremely funny to have tentacles waving at the bottom of the screen when a raid is incoming, maybe even configurable with the amount of raiders to show more tentacles on the scale to the raid. I am not sure if it's possible to actually configure, because I haven't looked into stream elements yet, or I have looked into it 2 years ago, when I was helping Catherine with her setup. But I assume they have done changes since then. But having tentacles waving at the bottom of the screen when a raid is incoming, that's definitely a fun idea. I like that idea. Would require more money in terms of investment of artists though, so it'll have to wait for a bit. And it also requires me to start fiddling with stream elements, which I obviously will have to do if I want to continue this, which is very likely actually, because I'm actually enjoying this. Probably to, hopefully, to your approval, shall we say. I miss the mod, which lets me build as many foundations as I want in once, but the mods does not work on experimental, regardless of version. I think that's a good idea that they did that, as in forcing mods to not work on experiment. Well, actually, they didn't do it on purpose. It was the Unreal Engine update that messed it up, which is fine. I mean, the new engine is we don't see much of the new engine yet, but Unreal Engine 4.25 is basically the last version of Unreal Engine 4, and it gives the devs a way to start using Unreal Engine 5 things in Unreal Engine 4. So it's kind of a last build thing before they move on over to Unreal Engine 5. And the fact that Satisfactory did go to Unreal Engine 4.25 is actually very promising, because that means that they are probably contemplating moving the game to Unreal Engine 5, which means that if they dedicate some time on their video effects and graphics team, the game is going to be looking a heck of a lot better, and we're also going to get substantially better frame rates. Not that I have any issues with frame rates. I am counting my blessings for how lucky I've been in regards to my setup, since I have both an AMD Ryzen 9 5900X and an RTX 3080, which, given how difficult it is to get those two specific parts, I cannot believe how lucky I actually was to get them. Well, the experimental changes doesn't necessarily mean that the mods need to be updated. That's the thing. Because depending on what, of course, the updates are, it used to work, but it was the engine update that changed it. Because Unreal Engine 4.25 has different code instructions than the former engine version that they used had, so I'm guessing that the mod authors are working heavily on migrating that, because when this build is ready for early access, they're going to push that engine update onto early access, and unless they've fixed that before that, no mods are going to be working at all. They have about a month. So what I was thinking in regards to the copper smelting was just moving it down here. I don't particularly need this, so I can happily just build over it and have an array of copper smelting down here. But I need to calculate how many copper smelters I need. I also need to factor in how many smelters I need for aluminium. Which is 48, so I need to see that I have enough space for that. And in addition to that, I also need to factor in the belts. Yeah, the prices are ridiculous for both of those parts now, or all of these parts. I got it at the actual retail price as well. Both the CPU and the GPU, I got them at the normal price. I paid about the same for my 3080 as I did for my 1070 back in the days when I bought the 1070. Which is, considering the prices now, as I said, counting my blessings, because the luck I had was, yeah, considering how many people ordered those cards and those CPUs, and I got them at the MSRP prices, is just... Hey, yep. I'm definitely not going to be able to place 48 smelters here, but what I need to know is how many belts do I need? 2. 2 belts of scrap. That's not too bad. If I have 24... Yeah. It's the same here in Norway. You can, the retail price when the 3090 released, you would pay just around 20,000 kroner, which would roughly equal €1 is about, well, it's cheaper now, but it used back then to be around 12 kroner per euro. So import taxes and stuff, Norway being Norway, I'm thinking about 1,800 euros ish. But if you want to buy one now, you would have to dish out like between 30 and 35,000, which is absolutely ridiculous. That's the price of my entire PC, just for the graphics card. And I mean, that's just ridiculous. I don't know if someone spends that kind of money on it. They either have a lot of money to spend, or they are very desperate for an upgrade, or they are mining. I usually don't like it when manufacturers do things like limit their hardware, but in regards to the limit that NVIDIA did on... Oh, this is just so nice, this new menu. And NVIDIA stopped the crypto mining. I actually think that was a good move. Although they botched it up and released the driver that didn't have it, and so the 3060 can do crypto mining because you can just use that driver. Of course, you can't update the driver, but why would you if you're just doing crypto mining anyways? So if I need to be able to walk here. I suppose I could start there. Ah, that's wrong. Because these doesn't align with the foundations anyway, so it doesn't really matter where I put them on the foundation. 10,000 euros! Wow. Well, is that the one you have now, or the one that you're planning to get with that ridiculous case? And I'm saying ridiculous, not because it's ridiculous in terms of looks, but ridiculous in terms of price. Okay, so I'm gonna need more space. Yeah, the one year, yeah. Yeah, that I can believe. The case being a substantial amount of that. Are you going to, I assume you're going to water cool it, but are you going to do custom water cooling in it as well? With hard tubes? Yeah. I hope you have someone who can help you clean up the tubes every now and then, because gunk has a tendency to build up in those things. Should usually clean them once a year or something. So that was 16, 17, not there. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Let's see. Hi, Nuts. Nice to see you in the chat here. Yes, it is very much a mix of Factorio in 3D and also Space Engineers. It's heavily influenced from that, definitely. Let's do this in Norwegian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Excellent. So, I need splitters. That should be the correct distance. I need them at level 3 and level 4, which is actually level 2 and level 3. Now this... Oh, it does work. Okay. No, there is multiplayer, albeit a bit buggy at the moment. It works very well at the beginning, but if you were to join my game in the main base area, you would probably have some lag issues. They even actually have a warning on it in the main menu that your experience may not be ideal at this time. They're working on the dedicated server thing, and I think that when they finish that, it's going to be much more stable in multiplayer. That said, it's stable enough that I have been playing it quite a bit in multiplayer without having much issue. If you play it on local area network, there's no problems at all. Megabase or not, doesn't matter. That said, if you set this option to ultra, as long as you have proper broadband, it's actually very playable. But it does require everyone to have good connections. And good connections being like, say, I would guess 6 megabits or higher. So not really that much. Probably would be a good idea not to have someone play on wireless though. I highly recommend this game. It is probably my favorite game in this in the factory builder genre. Although I'm having a little bit of difficulty at the moment because License Sphere program is also really nice. That looks a bit intimidating. Okay, now for these ones, I think the correct distance is that. Yep. Oh no, I'm running out of copper cable, copper wire. I should go back to the base and stock up on things anyways and get rid of some of the crap things that I have in my inventory that I don't need. Let's just finish this row of smelters first. There we go. That's 48 smelters, and before we go... No, I want to do this on the recording, but I can show it to you guys, the new copy settings thing. I don't... Yeah, Control V. It would be more useful if I could do that without opening, but because it's just as quick to click there as it is to click Control V, but okay. Can I Okay, I'm not sure what the point of that copy thing is when it... Well, it makes sense if you have, like, say, an assembler and you have to scroll. Then it makes a lot of sense. Say I was going to make coated iron canisters, then it would be very useful. Maybe not that useful. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna head back to base. Because I need to clean out inventory and get some more stuff. One thing that I'm really impressed with this update is how Coffee Stain Studios made trains even more buggy. Oh yes, there are trains here, and they are absolutely awesome. Yeah, I would have preferred to just look at them and press Control V or something. Control V was actually a bit tedious. That I agree with. This game definitely does look sexy. Notice how the atmosphere changes and the colors changes as we now move into the desert. They've added something there. I don't remember it being like that. Or it might be because I'm running everything on Ultra. I don't know. I couldn't do that before when I had the 1070. Yeah, this was supposed to be, or rather, what it was a guide for how to build a mega base. You can find it on my YouTube channel. It's called Transition to Mega Base. But even though it's large, this is the core base. The large part is actually the refinery. Thank you, autosave. I might have stolen that comment from someone. Yeah, they have that, what it is called. I don't know what it's called in English at all. Probably leaning. The Norwegian word is krenge. Krengetog. Probably something similar in German. Yeah, I'm gonna remind me when I go back to the railroad station to show you the bug thing that they did. I just want to clean up this. I don't need the hard drives. That's the wrong chest. Here. I have no idea where I got those AI limiters from. I must have had some kind of smart splitter or something out at the refinery, which I don't know why. Power shards. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of those. Oh yes, there are definitely hostile creatures. I don't know if I can show... Oh, I can. I can actually show you. Because there is one not too far from the base. Depending on severity of annoyance, they are not really difficult. When you die, you drop a crate, which doesn't despawn, so you can always get your stuff back. But it can, of course, be annoying if you, like, I'm up here now, and if I were over there doing something, it would be annoying to have to go pick up the crate. But then again, you do have vehicles in the game. You have trucks and explorers, cars, which can be amusing to watch me drive because I'm a very good stunt driver, shall we say? I think there's one of the... yeah. No, that's not a hostile creature. That's a bird. Not so much crash as I do bizarre things, like bouncing off the terrain, landing on upside down. So that's a fluffy-tailed hog, and they will usually run around you in circles like that. And before you get the Blade Runners, which are the shoes that I'm wearing, they run faster than you, but with the Blade Runners you actually run faster than them, or at the same speed, so they're not really that much of an issue. Come again, Wally? SA Wing Batter Batter? I have no idea what you mean. Oh. My apologies for my defect brain. If it's baseball, then I'm excused, because me and sports do not... except if it's esports, that can be amusing to watch. It doesn't involve Call of Duty. Which, of course, is the most interesting, for some reason, game to watch in esports. I can... I have a brain. I mean, I didn't exactly start in the easiest area for driving, but I will frequently do things like driving over the dunes at high speeds, and now the landings are actually not that bad, but it's not uncommon for me to need the cage because I land upside down. But this vehicle, the Explorer, which you unlock in the... yeah, there we go. No, almost. This is my favorite vehicle. Hiya, Jonas. I'm just waffling around, which is not what I was supposed to do, but, well, I have actually said that I will be waffling around, so I guess I was supposed to do that. Let's take a... There's something that I want to check out, because... Yes, I can Alt-Tab now. I can go to the spreadsheet and it's not going to be pausing the stream. It's very easy to unflip them. You just leave the car and you click E and it just bounces back the correct way, thankfully. But for the love of everything that is sacred by the tentacles and all that stuff, do not have a full car submerged underwater. You will regret that a lot. Because then you have to deconstruct the car, and that means that the inventory of the car overflows, and that is not fun. They said that they did something to the caves in the Dune Desert area, which is where I'm at. They haven't done anything to this, because this cave, when I found that, I was really curious. What is this? It's obviously something that isn't done by the terrain artists. I even built a ramp to go down there, but there's nothing there. But apparently they have added more caves in this region. So I'm a bit curious about that. Most likely that means in more slugs. Which is good for me, since I need a lot of slugs. We never have enough slugs. Potential oasis? Maybe. That would be actually kind of cool, have an oasis inside of the mountain. The light in there is deceptive because there isn't really any opening for the light to come in. Except for the opening that I went in, which I wouldn't exactly say is an opening for light to come in. I need more inventory. Let's take this one. Sorry about the bizarreness here. Yay! We have a heretic full-time in stream. Everybody, grab your pitchforks. Why should I stop talking about Wally? He's one of my favorite subjects. Speaking of which, subjects in that specific sentence can be used or interpreted multiple ways. Yeah, we wouldn't go that far. Well, Peps might if you give him a flamer, but do not give him a flamer. Except if you're playing a Warhammer 40,000 game. If you have motion sickness issues, look away. And it's fine to look again. Torches would also be a bit... sorry about that. Torches would be also a bit too much. We'd like to do it gently, Peps. Matches. Just gently make small sizzles here and there. So this is my refinery thing with my 135 power generators. This is the actual megabase part of the factory, which is kind of funny because this wasn't supposed to be the megabase at all. Yes, that is an obligatory part of the German education. How to build your personal Flammenwerfer. Genetic memory is the secret. I'm happy that I don't have to rebuild this. At least not in this series. I remember back in the good old days when we had CRT monitors. There was my father had they're called hypertubes, by the way, and I love them too. There was a warning on the backside of the CRT monitor that Arakel got from my father. It was a 20-inch monitor that was huge back in the day, and the thing weighed a ton. I had issues lifting it, but the warning on the backside of the monitor was in German, and it's like the German language is not exactly butterflies and rose petals in terms of severity. So there's this huge label on the backside of the monitor, which was very like, you really want to use this CRT monitor with that warning on the backside? Because the warning was, Achtung, Röntgenverordnung. Yeah. X-ray device. Nice. That sounds nice to be sitting in front of. And I don't even want to know how many hours I've spent in front of an old CRT monitor. Little radiation never hurt anyone. Nah. Tell that to the ghouls in Fallout 4. Well, you never know. It might explain a couple of things. All those hours that I've had in front of a CRT monitor. I think I need to bring the car. My husband just gave me the most bizarre look. Most likely related to the that might explain a couple of things comment that I just made myself. It is, but that's the other time. Sorry, tentacles taking over. At other times, it does have words and phrases that are actually quite nice, but I don't think he sees you. But Wally and Peps waves. And yes, I do have the pride flag and also have the LGBTQIA. Even I am getting lost in all those letters now. There's so many of them. But I do like that they just have the plus. So LGBTQIA plus, because there are so many letters now that it's a veritable alphabet on its own. Almost as many letters as tentacles? No. No. I've got far more tentacles than there are letters. Don't you worry about that. And I need them because Peps keeps stomping them. I don't? Ah, no, right. I have to ask Sydney. She made that, I think. Because I don't know if Catherine has that. I can ask her, though. We added that to the Discord like ages ago. And again, she doesn't usually delete files, so I assume she would have it, but she would probably have to look for it. I don't need... Thank you, autosave. Yeah, I can't... I guess it's some kind of protection thing, since people often pay for those emotes. I can't just export, even as an admin of a server, I can't just export an emote. that episode opening was just bizarre. And it was a mistake as well, which is kind of funny. How something that was a mistake, I was just mispronouncing yes. For some reason my brain turned it into yek. And that happened before the actual recording, but I just couldn't help myself because Catherine was very broken as a result, as you probably remember. And it did lead to Yek and Yektor is the cutest Yek around. Sydney really did a great job on that cute Yektor. Yeah, I think it was in the 5 Dim series. You remember, do you, Peps? Well, they actually did. Aluminium waffles. Tasty. With jam and goat cheese. And hello, Wog. Welcome to the stream. I'm so happy that they increased the stack sizes of so many of these items. Really simplifies life. How many? 200? Okay, I probably need a couple more. Yeah, so here's the Phantom Iron Rod. But I still argue that it's better with phantom items on belts than it is with phantom spider bosses in the red swamp. That's suddenly this... Why doesn't the sort button work? I think I found a bug. Hold on. It does work on my inventory, but it doesn't work on the car. Hello, addicted to capping. Yeah, no. Don't worry. I've enabled the video on demand thing, but since I'm such a small Twitch channel currently, I do not have the option to have those there for more than 2 weeks, and I'm considering putting them on YouTube in kind of like a separate series for those who would want to watch the in-between stuff that I'm doing when I'm streaming. But I didn't record. I haven't started recording, so I'm just streaming, not recording. I don't know, Wally, when I get a video in the VOD section of Twitch, is that in the actual... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but the question is, if I can download the VOD, is it in 1080p? Since I'm streaming in 1080p, or is it like YouTube? If I download something from YouTube, for some bizarre reason, it downloads it in 720p, even though I've recorded in 1440p. I don't understand why. I cannot download my own videos in a proper file resolution. That was the word I was looking for. You sideload from Twitch to YouTube. What do you mean sideload? I'm gonna go pick up some slugs. Oh! Okay, well, I'll do that then. Okay, so here is another type of enemy in the game. Spits fire on you. Alternatively, they will occasionally spit poison. And they are very annoying when... Because all of these mobs, you also... Thank you, autosave. You also get them in boss versions. Which means they do more damage, and you need to hit them a lot more before they die. Firebenders. Yeah, I'm thinking that I probably should record locally as well. It's not like my computer is not able to handle it, so... I mean, why not? Hello, little slug. Whoa, hello. What the heck? That was a delayed reaction. No. Eating those slugs would probably lead to bad tummy. I wouldn't recommend it. Oh, and driving over the monsters does nothing except knock them over. They don't take any damage from it, so you cannot kill them that way. Oh, come on. Seriously? This thing, this car, can drive up a straight wall. Well, if you have some momentum, that is. That is probably too straight, but like that. But the back wheel over a small little thing? No, that would be too much to ask. There we go. Caledorn's driving at its best. Oh, for crying out loud. There isn't anything on fire? Oh. No, oh, there's a boss. That's a big spitter. And apparently that big spitter has hovering capabilities. Which is interesting. Didn't know they could do that. Looks very ridiculous. Okay, you do you. You hover around and I'll just pick up this slug and move on. I have no desire to fight you. Oh, no. My skill set driving was honed way before Astroneer, trust you me. I played the Need for Speed games. We do not want to go out into the water. I think I want to use this one. Oop. 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 And then we can use this one. Or maybe I cannot use this one, because it snaps down there. That's useful. Don't I have those on... I did. Yeah, the hard drive hunting, you can... No. Although that would be amusing. You can just go to satisfactorycalculator.com and you can edit your save game file and just put the hard drives in your inventory. That is what I did in this... I didn't do it from the offset, but I did it now when I played 4K. I just gave myself 30 more hard drives because I don't want to spend 4 to 6 hours hunting down hard drives, since getting out content is kind of vital when a new update hits. So no, the water wouldn't kill me, but the car would get stuck in the water, and I don't have enough inventory space to deal with the inventory of the car. So I would have to build a storage chest and put things in there meanwhile, and then rebuild the car at the end, which would be the just a major nuisance. If my inventory is empty, it's not a problem, because I have more inventory slots than the car does, but... you go to... Actually, that might actually be a tutorial video material, now that you asked the question. Basically what you do is that you go to satisfactorycalculator.com. There's a dash in there, I believe. You go to this one. And up in the left corner, there's a tiny little icon there where you can... It's a hard drive with an arrow up. And you can upload your save game. And then you can right-click on a chest, storage container or whatever, and select edit contents, and then it lets you see everything that is inside that chest, and you can just add things to the chest or container, and when you're done you just click the download button, which will then appear beside the upload button, and you put that new downloaded file, which will have calculator in capital letters at the end, into your save games folder, and you load the game, and voila, you have your items. Sadly, yes, there is only one map, and I don't think that Coffee Stain is planning on releasing any more maps, because making a map is, as you saw from that cave earlier. The map editor, is her name Emily? No, I don't remember her name, but she's been doing a great job on the map here, but she's still working on the map. And the game has been out for some time now, so... But I assume that we will get new maps when the modders get around to it. Hannah, thank you. Okay, I'm lost. Yeah. This is where I'm supposed to go. I should probably put the stream chat on a different side of OBS, because I have to turn my head so much away that I don't see my actual monitor when I'm looking at the chat, so it's on the wrong side. Let's see. That's farty plants. They will fart poison, so be careful with those. You can destroy them with nobelisks though. But you cannot kill them with your trusted sound saber. I suppose I could pop it out as well. That is actually a good idea. No, it's a sound saber. It's the opposite of a lightsaber, because when you swing this, it makes sound. See? Sound saber. So saith Caledorn, the Lord of Tentacles. Anyhow, I will be right back. What exactly are you guys on now? The show has reached a full circle? Huh? Ah, why didn't I put those back at the base? because I picked them up on the way out here. Never mind. Still doesn't work to sort the inventory though. I can put these in there as well. And before I forget, let's go pick up the 2 slugs that are very easily available just around the corner here. You're trying to play the part of a Twitch viewer / chatter. What do you mean play the part? No, Gizmo, you're not going out the window. That's why there's a fence in front of it. No, I don't have that. Control? What's that? Gizmo. Hold on. I managed to do something that I shouldn't have done. There we go. Oh, for crying out loud, OBS. The game with the funny gun. What? Consider me confused. More than usual, that is. Warehouse 13 game. That didn't help. I have no idea what Warehouse 13 is either, but I'm gonna check the link. Controlgame.com. Winner of over 80 awards, Control is a visually stunning third-person action adventure that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Based on the... Ooh. Why haven't I heard of this? Does she have, like, I mean, there's a picture or a screenshot from the game where she's holding her hand out and the enemies are flung backwards. Does she have, like, powers like in Dishonored? Because it said something about... Kinda. It also has a... harness powerful abilities to turn everything around you into lethal... Can you play stealthy? I mean, I assume you have to kill enemies here, but... Interesting. Recommendation question? Shoot. Does it border on the occult? Og. As in, does it have occultism, like in for instance, Phasmophobia, which could be said to be an occult game, trying to commune with spirits and stuff like that? Okay, well, okay, then I can't play it. Yes, Addicted to Capping. Dyson Sphere program is definitely worth getting. I also highly recommend that if you decide to get it, don't watch much content on it. Just treasure that feeling you have when you're confused. Like playing Factorio for the first time and you didn't have any reference to what you were supposed to do, because that feeling is, you can only have that once. So I highly recommend you get the game. Of course, if you want to watch stuff, you absolutely both should and can. But I recommend at least playing for 10-20 hours without looking at how to do things, because it's such a wonderful feeling. That feeling of, yeah, I'm not going to object to that. But there are also other good content creators out there, like, for instance, Wally, who also has a Dyson Sphere program available. I don't know. Some random Joe. Okay, so... yeah, or what Pep suggested there is very good too. I have a base demonstration of Pep's tentacle base. Not like Ghosts, but more interdimensional time loop stuff like that for the control game. So, because the reason why I'm asking is that I'm not very comfortable with things that go into the domain of occultism / spirit. I don't even know the English term for that. Spiritism? Is that the word? I think so. I'm not very comfortable with that. But if it's obvious, like Lovecraft, for instance, you would easily say that Lovecraft is occult, but it isn't occult as in I don't even know how to phrase it. Lovecraft is very much fantasy. There is no nothing. Yeah, exactly. There is that's a good point. Maybe I should take a look at it then, because it looks fun. I couldn't play Phasmophobia, for instance, like you commune with spirits and you have the cross that you show them and stuff like that. That makes me very uncomfortable. I'm not sure why. Just doesn't sit well with me. Like what? Watching movies like The Exorcist or something like that? No, not happening. But Event Horizon, for instance, which is a horrible movie in terms of... it's a really good movie, but it's a horrible movie in terms of leaving you wanting to sit inside of the shower for an hour in cold water. That's science fiction, so it's different. But I would not watch The Exorcist, because I don't deal well with that kind of things. Okay. You speak with many abbreviation, Peps. Sweav mods tiar outer... what? Oh, right. Star Wars Empire at War. No, I do not have your tendencies towards. Well, no need to be shy about it. Your masochistic tendencies towards your own game time. I prefer things to be a little bit, at least, doable. Which is why I never play on Iron Man, for instance, in games that have that option. How many does these output? 30 per minute. I would love that. So 30 times 24 is 720. Texas Chainsaw Man. No, I'm not. I'm not big on gore either. I have. This might probably dub me as a heretic, but I haven't watched Game of Thrones, and I'm very, very fond of fantasy, but I don't like Game of Thrones because, one, I have a tendency to get very attached to the characters, and Game of Thrones basically, yeah, not a good idea to get attached to the characters there. Only the ones you don't feel like getting attached to survive. And the other reason is all the gore. Like, I watched the Tudors, which is also kind of violent, but at least that is based on real historical events. And while there are scenes where you can see blood, like when one of Henry's wives are decapitated, and also when they decapitate, what's his name again? His advisor, Thomas More? Spoiler alert, this is history, Wally. This is Thomas More. This is stuff that happened in real life. If that's spoilers to someone, then I'm happy to inform them about history. They don't show the actual decapitation. They just St. Thomas More, yes. What they show is basically just the deck where the block is, and you hear the sound. So you see the axe swing, you hear and then the pictures, the screen turns down to the deck, and you hear the chop, and you see the blood come flowing. So whereas in Game of Thrones you would see the entire thing, intestines and everything, and that's not for me. My father told me about a scene in Game of Thrones that he had seen, which was the final scene or the final episode he watched, where they had this person that was decapitated and they held the head up. No, I did not play the Fear series. I'm not sure if I'm going to have this on level 3. But I will... Oh, wait. I will build it anyways. And I can just adjust as needed. Yeah, okay, yeah, so that's when my father stopped watching it then. As he told me, that was like really off-putting to him. I'm using all of the alternate ones, from the sloppy alumina to the electrolyte aluminium scrap to the pure aluminium ingot, and then the alternate recipe for the aluminium containers. I think, is there an alternate recipe for the outclad sheets? Also, the red wedding thing, that's at least based on a real life event. That actually happened in Scotland. Then again, Game of Thrones is heavily based on the War of the Roses, I think. Some family feud back in the days in England, Scotland. Yeah. Thank you. My memory serves me right. Speaking of which, I can't wait for the Wheel of Time series. That is something that I really look forward to. Lower decks? No, that's the cartoonization thing of how it's like to be a regular crew member on Star Trek ships, right? Yeah, I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it. I'm not huge on... Actually, I am. I do like cartoons, but like... Ironically enough, Admiral Thrawn is one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, but I never really watched or read the stuff that he's featured in, because I haven't even watched The Mandalorian, which is something that I really should get around to. There is so much things that I have to watch, but so little time. Yeah, I know, but if I reset, the reason why I didn't do it is if I do Control C here and then open this, if it has a recipe set, then yes, it is quicker. But for these specific smelters, when they don't have a recipe set, it's actually just as quick just to click the thing, since I don't have to scroll. But if I had to scroll down to find the recipe, then I would be using the Control C and then the Control V. But I don't understand why they haven't added it in or implemented in such a manner that I can just look at the building and click Control V. Because that would have made more sense. But it's probably work in progress. I'm sure they're going to refine it. Apparently there's coal over there. Final space? I don't think I've seen that either. I might have done a bad thing here. No, I didn't. That's good. Nah, it isn't. It's just it's like the traditional neighbor rivalry thing. I think the United States have it with Canada and Germany and France, and more of a joke thing. I mean, Norwegians are very fond of going to Sweden to buy cheap booze and food. And we have a lot of Swedes working in Norway, so... But it's kind of a joke. Friendly rivalry is probably a good description of it. Like we Norwegians, we have these jokes about Swedes, whereas you find the same jokes in Sweden, just replace Swede with a Norwegian. And they're usually very, very, very bad. Yep. Like there's this one joke that I remember from when I was a child. Not child. Adolescent, I think, would be more appropriate in that. And it was... Have you ever heard about the Swedish product tester who worked at a match factory? This one works, this one works, this one works, this one works. I mean, it's not even funny. It's just dumb. It's not repetitive at all to put up that number of splitters. Which also is why I don't record this normally, because if you count out the waffling, even just placing down that many splitters, removing them, pulling the belts, it doesn't strike me as content that would be good for audience retention, but it very much works on a stream. Why did Princess Diana cross the road? Haven't heard that one, and I kind of dread the so-called answer. Also, I'm not using mass deconstruction on the fences because their hitbox is really, really annoying to hit, and you usually hit anything behind them instead of... Oh gods. Yep. I knew there was a reason why I was dreading that. I wonder, can I fit one of these here? And why did I build a fence there? No, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's really inane. No, I have a very developed sense of... Yeah, I thought I had hit something down there. I have a very developed sense of black humor, so don't worry about that at all. That one wasn't even funny. That was just inane. But I guess that was your point as well. Yep. Nah. Okay, so if I place a fence there, and I do this, and I can have a little balcony here. It is very important that I close these holes up, because otherwise I am going to fall down. Like here, this is a place that I'm absolutely certain to fall down at some point. Okay, now I should change these, but I need to get rid of the coal. wondering, is there an easy way for me to get rid of the coal? Not really. No matter what I do, I'm going to have to tear down the belts because I can't reverse them. Isn't this pretty? A temporary thing while I emptied the silica from the container above, so it needs to go. That would be a nice feature for them to add, reversing belts. Well, I certainly know that Arakel is not volunteering. That I can say with absolute certainty. What's on this belt? Nothing. Okay, so this is the old belt from the... No, it isn't. This is the belt with the coal. Does that mean that I've managed to empty the belt? That would be nice. No, there's still coal in here. I guess I could do that. Yeah, that's actually easier than tearing down on the belts. Question though is how much coal is left? Not much. Ah, perfect. Yeah, he's been working every day for 4 days now, so I think he's quite happy that he's got a day off. Perfect. That means I can change the recipes in these to be electrode. Now I'm gonna use this. Thank you, autosave. Does that sound familiar, Wally? Are you feeling it? Yeah, it's fine. I just looked at the time. I've been streaming for 2 hours and no problem. Of course, not all days are going to be like that, but this is... I'm totally relaxed. No problems whatsoever. Yeah, you know, Shadowlands is the first World of Warcraft expansion I actually didn't buy. Because I did buy the last one, Battle for Azeroth. I've got every expansion up to that. Cataclysm was actually not something that I was very fond of either. I didn't like it. But I liked the social aspect. And I have friends... I usually play World of Warcraft together with Arakel. And also my nephew. No, wait, I'm not going to do that yet because I need to know that that height is correct. And Kandral in our Discord. He is one of the people that I play together with. And in the last expansion, I also play together with Catherine. And we usually like to do casual style 10-man raids for the end game, but I've noticed that people burn out much quicker now than they used to do with the expansion, so I didn't bother getting Shadowlands until I could see whether or not those mentioned friends were dropping out of the game. And that was money well saved, because with 2 exceptions, all of them are no longer playing. Well, you're not very fond of MMOs as far as I can recall, so you don't need to hide in a dark corner. It's fine. They're not for everyone. Yeah, the Dungeon Finder, yeah. It has its definite good sides, that it's much easier to find content, but the Dungeon Finder also made pickup groups a lot more hostile. Like, I remember one time I was doing the Vault of the Ancients, which I think was in Battle for Azeroth. Maybe the one before, I don't... Yeah, it was... No, it was Battle for Azeroth. And there's this... this boss, which is, of course, one of my favorite bosses, because it's a beholder with lots of tentacles flying in the air. And there's a bridge that disappears. And I was a split second too late. So I fell down, which means that the 4 other people in the party would have to do the boss without me, and they just kicked me. And no explanation, nothing. Just kicked me. And that was the second final boss. So I was like, oh gods. Was that really necessary? But apparently they thought so, so I usually don't do randoms unless if I'm the tank. Because if I'm the tank, people usually don't kick me, since it takes so long to find another tank. And also as a tank, you can basically ignore any kind of bad-mouthing that you get from people. Right. Yes, exactly. That's a very, very good synopsis. I have the smelters there. What I need to do next is take down the foundries. And I need to take a look at the machines making Alclad. Yeah, I've been lucky in that regards. I've played most MMOs of any significant name, I guess, out there, because many people in my circle enjoy playing MMOs. The one that I played the most probably was Anarchy Online, though. Yeah, these just need to go. I don't mind the monthly subscription fee in those games, though. Oh, yes. I actually recently played that. Finishing all the 8 character storylines. So I got the legendary player badge. Love the Imperial Agent. Which is probably not a surprise, since I have a slight tendency to like British accent. Star Trek Online is actually quite good, but it's very much pay to win. Hiya, Soul Adams. If you ignore the pay-to-win aspect of Star Trek Online, I've played quite a bit of hours in the game. I don't know how many because I usually do not play MMOs via Steam, so I don't have a time counter for it, which is probably just as well, to be honest. I might not like the results, yeah, I played quite a bit of Star Trek Online, and I liked that game. But I didn't like the very heavy bias on pay-to-win. Elder Scrolls Online is the one that I go to. Well, you can play Star Trek Online solely PvE. That's not a problem at all. There's a lot of content that is non-PvP. As I was saying, Elder Scrolls Online is my go-to MMO when I need that fix. Because the world is just... I love the Elder Scrolls lore. I love the game. The way they made that game is just brilliant. The combat mechanics, it's excellent. It actually takes... not a high degree of skill, but it's not just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and so forth, like for instance World of Warcraft is. So I really like that you actually have to be engaged when you do combat in Elder Scrolls Online. You have to dodge. If you don't dodge, you die. Period. Doesn't matter if you're DPS or if you're tank or if you're healer. If you do not dodge, you're dead. Come back. Wrong button. I did counting with Caledorn in Norwegian earlier, Wally. You missed that. I'm lucky in that regards. I love both fantasy and science fiction. And I... like... the Elder Scrolls lore is just... one of my absolute favorite channels on YouTube is Fudge Muppet. Specifically, that channel is 3 people. And they do Elder Scrolls lore videos. And one of them is really, really nice. He has a very, very pleasant voice, and he's like really delving deep into the lore. I think his name is... he calls himself the Daedrologist. Ah, that's a tongue twister. Because he specialized in the Daedra, which is one of my favorite subjects as well. The heck was his name? My brain wants to say Steve, but that doesn't... it doesn't... it sounds wrong. No matter. But I would highly recommend that if you like Elder Scrolls lore, Fudge Muppet is a great channel. I have it on my recommended channel lists over at YouTube. Was that all of them? I need to get the new lights. Yeah, Star Trek Online is either you like it or you hate it. The one thing that I don't like about Star Trek Online, which they should have implemented better, is the away missions. Oh, crap. I mean, they're good. It's not that. But they did not spend very much time on the land. The missions where you go down to planets and stuff, so it's very repetitive. Like, you get the same planet map over and over again, and it's like, this again? I just did this in another mission 2 hours ago. Just with different enemies. Have you built the floodlights, Wally? Do they have the same annoying light as the flashlight, giving you those really intense reflections? Yeah, I was worried about that. That means that as soon as this is off experimental, or as soon as the experimental branch has mod support, I'm going back to the always day mod, because Nightbot is here. Yep. You can do Discord, YouTube, shoutout, or SO. I didn't make the alias for it. Patreon. I think that's the ones that I added for now. I can add more later. You can remove that as well. And that. Also, in case somebody, I don't know if I get any kind of notifications whatsoever if someone decides to, I don't even know it's possible to subscribe to the channel currently. I have no notifications whatsoever. If anyone has clicked follow or subscribe or anything like that, I wouldn't know. So I can see that. I know I can see that afterwards, but in case someone has decided to do that, thank you. That's a generalized thank you. That'll work. You can follow but not subscribe. Okay, good. Because I would like to have notifications for that. I assume that I would have to be an affiliate before I can get subscribers. Yeah. That means you all got to help me spread the word about what I'm doing so that I can get affiliate. And honestly, while it would be nice to have affiliate, don't get me wrong, I'm doing this because it's just enjoyable. You don't need more competition, don't you? Ah. Yeah, it's the 4 days streamed per... No, it's not 4 days streamed per week anymore. They thankfully have lessened that a great deal. It's 12 days a month, or 12 days within 30 days. If it was 4 days per week, it would not be an option for me whatsoever. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do 12 days a month, to be honest, but I'm not that concerned with it either. It's fine. This is just, for now, it's a side thing. YouTube is going to be my main focus. But it's nice to have this option, to be able to do things like what I'm doing now and interact with you guys directly, not just in comments. Why haven't I thought of that? Ah, it's the wrong way. Heresy. Oh, that's why I haven't thought of that. Help is appreciated, as long as it's legitimate and not some bot thingies. Yeah, I was going to stream on YouTube, but I am very worried about one thing when it comes to streaming on YouTube, and that is the algorithm. I'm not very fond of spreadsheets myself, but the necessity for them, for instance, for Satisfactory and the Dyson Sphere program is high. However, for Dyson Sphere program, you can download my spreadsheet in the Dyson Sphere program channel on my Discord. So you don't have to do it from the bottom up yourself. Just put in the numbers and it'll tell you what you have. Okay, so these are the copper smelters. I need to, well, if it doesn't involve any kind of shady tactics, I am more than happy for any kind of help to attract viewers to the stream. Very grateful for it, as a matter of fact. I'm not very good with numbers either, but the numbers you have to fill into my spreadsheet are like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Because I very consciously made it so that, except for the very, very, very end game products, the numbers you input is just how many perfect ratio lines you have. For instance, if you're smelting iron ore and you have the Mark III belts, you just put in 1 in the iron smelting column, and it gives you the numbers for what you get from 30 smelters, which is the perfect ratio for Mark III belt. I am going to refine it, spreadsheet, so that it also has Mark 1 and Mark 2 belts, so you can choose, but that's sometime in the future. This game is more important right now. Yeah. That is what I was thinking about, because this won't... That's why I decided on, okay, I'm gonna do Twitch. Even though I've been vehement about it. I'm probably going to get messages from people saying, you doing Twitch? What on earth has happened? But that's fine. Hold on. That's a good point. I just got a message that was very relevant. Where was I? Yeah, okay, so the thing with Twitch, for me, originally, when Twitch was a thing, 2 years ago, when Catherine decided to start doing Twitch, and I read the terms of service, I was very, very put off by one specific thing that Twitch has in its terms of service. And that is that they reserve the right to take your content, or any part of your content, and use it for marketing purposes, no questions asked. And there is no appeal process, there is no nothing. And it doesn't matter if you take down the content. Like if Twitch decided to take something from this stream and use it for their marketing purposes, and I removed the VOD, they would still have the rights to keep that content in their whatever it is, purpose, marketing, whatever. Whereas YouTube, they have the same clause. They are allowed to use whatever they want from their content creators, but if you remove the video in question, they are obliged to also remove their video in question, because by removing the video from the platform, I have withdrawn their right to use my content. And that didn't sit well with me back then, but as I've I guess matured, if you can use such a term, I don't really care. If Twitch wants to use something from my content, I guess that's good for me anyways, because that would bring something to to my... I mean, if Twitch decided to use my content in marketing purposes, that would probably bring viewers to my content. So, I mean, it's a good thing. Yeah, the GDPR thing, I'm not sure how that... Twitch might have actually refined that, now that I think about it, because under the rules of the GDPR, I am actually allowed to claim GDPR rights and force them legally to take down any content. And back then, the GDPR wasn't in effect. Don't worry, Soul. Don't worry. Starting my own tips website for Satisfactory. No, I haven't actually thought about that. Might be a good idea. I used to be a web developer in the heretical language of PHP. But it's a lot of work. Yeah. Yeah, the forget me clause, I can do that actually, now that you mention it. I can actually legally make Twitch, because they cannot in any way overrule the GDPR. There is no way to do that. So I could legally go to legal action, or rather the EU would probably do it on my behalf. And if they then decided not to comply, the EU would give them some kind of liberal, what's the word? I don't remember the word. Exactly. And I'm pretty sure that the EU would incur such a penalty for them. 20 billion euros sound about right. I mean, they recently gave Google something on that scale. I don't remember exactly for what, but... Would have been easier if I just put this container on top of the platform and belted it down. Yeah, the fine they gave to Google was massive. But I can't remember what it was for. Why is there... How did this happen? That must have been a container or something that went wrong. Oh God's containers on the belt. Oh, you stop when you open a container. That's handy. You know what? I cannot be bothered by doing that anymore. Thank you for coming, Peps, and have fun on the night shift. Fine, that was a word that I couldn't remember. As if he doesn't already have Twitch on his phone. Yeah, interacting with other humans can be rough. Why didn't I do that earlier? Oh, actually, I do have an idea. Trust me. Have a good one. Talk to you tomorrow, I guess. Since you're going to be on night shift, which means you're going to be back from work at around the time I wake up. Okay, so that cold belt needs to go. Hold on. The best way to deal with a cold belt would actually be to just funnel it straight into that container there, and it is possible addicted, but it can obviously be annoying. But yeah, using the phone and just have the chat open on your phone, that's an option. Just make sure you have a charger handy. And I would probably also set the phone screen to not turn off. Yeah, if you have a phone with a big enough battery, that would work. Okay, so the copper node is there. Which means that I can take the belts off of there. In Caledorn land, we treat trees harshly. I think we're gonna leave the belt for the coal, in case I need it for something else. Just take out those two segments there, and I can hook up a copper node here, and take the copper out. Probably be easier to take it out there, and then smelt it at the base. Why? Is that a visual artifact, or is it actually crooked? No. I think it's crooked. But it's fine. There's a certain limit to... Yeah, no, and it wouldn't help if it was updated either, because due to the Unreal Engine update on experimental, no mods function. The mod writers have to redo their hooks into Unreal Engine. And they have about a month, maybe a month and a half to do that, because when this goes over to early access, it brings the engine update with it. There was more coal on this belt than I anticipated. Okay, while that empties out, I can set up the trains again. This is a bit of a myth, because this platform was used for the silica. And this will not be used for anything now, so I could... Oh, no, I can use this for the aluminium casings. Good. And this one is for the coke, and this one is for the alclad. Good. So if I then go into the timetable and I go to the petroleum coke and I set the next station to be, let's do that, RS aluminium, autopilot on. Of course, it cannot reach the next stop because the train is bugged. Crap. Can I do that? Yes. Yes, thank you. Okay, so the train actually works. These two trains are... I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They are full of silica. So these are going to be using 30 aluminium ingots per minute each. So that's basically 240 aluminium ingots and 80 copper. That's not a problem at all. Especially considering the amount of aluminium ingots I'm going to have in this outpost. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Did I do the numbers right? I need to double check this before I continue. 240 scrap, 500, that's 960. 960. Now I'm really uncertain if I did this right. Oh, right. I need more of these. I need 8 of these. Oh, 12. Ah. That'll be fun. I'm going to have too much water, so I'm going to have to set up a packager and package water so that I have packaged water going into a sink. And why, thank you. There are some lapses every now and then when I will say the dreaded word aluminum, but I do try to say aluminium. You can also see that I have set the game to UK English. It's an ongoing joke, by the way, between Wally and me. Actually, originally it was aluminum. historically, when the I guess element was first discovered, the name of it was aluminum in British English, but they changed that to aluminium so that it would fit better in with the other elements in the same region of the periodic table. Don't ask me. But since I'm a stickler for British English, I will say aluminium. How am I going to get rid of all that? Or rather, how much excess water am I going to get? I need to find my trusted pen and paper here. I could fill this in on in my spreadsheet, but I haven't set up the spreadsheet for this yet. $720 water. Yeah, that is what I am. I think you were on your conference call when I said that. I need to remake the entire Satisfactory spreadsheet into the same style that I made the Dyson Sphere program spreadsheet, so that I can just plot in a number and it automatically updates wherever else I'm using things. The problem with that, though, is that it's basically a day's work. I mean, it did help when I discovered that if you disable the... whatever that setting was. Let me see here. If you disable in options... where is options? There is options. Under advanced. And you untick allow editing directly in cells. You can click F2 to directly edit the formula bar, which saved me a lot of mouse clicks. I don't understand why Microsoft hid that specific option the way they did, because this makes sense to me, but at least it's possible. Now, making a spreadsheet at this point would not be very helpful, I think. Particularly in part of the content being important to get out at this specific moment in time. So what I need to do here is remove this. And can I set up... That's the output. I have a strong suspicion that it's going to complain about... No, I can set it up. Okay. So I need 12, which means that I need to set up 4 on each side. And I have to use the precision button to place down a building. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all aligned. Good. We need to do the same on the other side. This is going to be interesting to connect up. That's for sure. No, I did not mean to open that. That one I haven't implemented. You may go do so if you wish. It's a useful command, that's for sure. Program the game of life in Excel. You mean play EVE Online? Oh, no, sorry, Excel Online? This is going to be interesting to get out. No, it works for both experimental and for early access branch, but you have to make sure that you put the save game in it's a very specific folder. Percent local app data, percent, and then it's factory game, and then it's save game saves something, and then there's a hash inside there, which is your unique user ID, and then you put the save game inside of that folder. But if you have the game running when you do it, you don't need to exit the game, but you can't, if you're here, you have to do this and then go back in there, and then it would be visible here, and it would have like this name and then calculator in capital letters, if you put it in the correct location, that is. Hold on. Yeah, I would show you on stream how to do it, but sadly I cannot, because my, while I'm not terribly concerned about privacy, my full name is shown in the user folder, and I'm not sure I'm comfortable with showing that publicly as is, since I'm the only person in the world with my name. You too, Og, have fun, and thank you so much for hanging out. I'll probably pop in because I'm not sure if much longer I will be going on for. There's food to be had very soon. Very soon being within the next 45 minutes or something. I don't know why I added those pumps. They are in the way. And it's not like there's not enough head lift. This is definitely not 20 meters. I'm going to remove them because they are redundant and annoying. So if I needed pumps, I would probably rather put down the the Mark II pump because it's got a far smaller footprint and doesn't have those silly things sticking out of the floor. I don't know why the Mark I pump has that, and they even reduced the size of those, but I still think they're too large. Okay, so I have to remove that one, that one, that one, that one. And I also have to remove these junctions because they are not in the correct location anymore. Ooh, that is a tight fit. Does that even work? Yeah, it does. But how much alumina solution am I actually transporting through these pipes? This is the wrong recipe. No. Ah, whatever. No. So that means 180, 360. Come on, brain, that's 540. I don't need 2 pipes. I definitely don't need 2 pipes. Question is, which pipe do I want to use? Okay, I'll use the lower one. Looks better as well. I'll do the same on the other side. And now I don't need this hole in the floor here because I removed those stupid pumps. Autosave incoming. There we go. Now which one of these are going to require the coke? Is it these? Yeah, it's these. Do I produce enough coke? I wonder. I think I do. Each of them takes 30 per minute. That's something that I should investigate, actually. Timetable U. Oh, there. Remove these fences as well, since they are no longer needed. This has to be a Mark II pipe now. That's better. And then there's the matter of... I mean, I've used a Mark IV belt here, which does indicate that I probably was transporting 480, but... or somewhere around that number. But apparently I was using 240, but the problem is that for some bizarre reason I didn't jot down in the... wait, I did. I am producing 240. So... 30 times 8 is 240, that's good. So I don't need to do anything with the petroleum coke, I can just funnel it in. Why was I using Mark IV belts? Oh, 280. That's why I was using Mark IV belts. Just checking that everything is right here. Okay. Let's see. If I do the... I probably should do the pipes first. I wish these would give me snap lines, that would be very pleasant. That's not right. Please tell me that'll work. Thank you. Okay, so that's those placed down, and I think I got them in the right position. So we need to connect up the pipelines then. Apparently that was too difficult. I love how the sound lingers when you do autosaves. That's one a little bit crooked, but so is that one. But I'm not going to be that obsessed with things like that today. It's too much bother. Okay, so all of these now get the alumina solution. The next question then is... I think the coke is already on its way, so I should... I'm gonna go check the petroleum coke outpost just to be certain that I actually am producing 240, because I did that mistake with the aluminium facility. Where I thought that the recipes had not changed, and they had dramatically at that. So we want to go to that one. This place is a veritable hole of poison. And spiders and all kinds of nasty things. I don't know what I'm going to do with the silica outpost. I have 16 constructors over there making silica, and no idea what I'm going to need that for. Probably change it to do raw quartz instead, so that... No, not raw quartz, but quartz crystal. And find some other use for it. Does that train still do a weird thing around the entire loop? Oh, they have fixed that up here. Again, if you have issues with motion sickness, when we enter that spiral, that is a good time to not look at the screen. I think even people who do not have motion sickness can get dizzy from this. Okay, it's safe to look again, if you decided to look away. So how much am I producing out here? 120 and 120, and if I need more, I should have plenty of crude oil in these wells. This one isn't even overclocked, so yeah, I have ample supply to make more if I need. That's good. I have 240 coke, and that is what I need for the aluminium scrap, I think. And again, motion sickness warning incoming. Slightly better going upwards, but not by much. And we're done. We're up on the top. It's a shame that the trains are such a pain to build. I hope they do something with that, because the trains are really, really cool. I mean, trains in general are cool, but I really like how they implement the trains into the game. But what you guys are seeing here, like this train system that I built here, that took me... I think I spent 2 days building this train system. Not coherently, but still, it took a lot of time. And at some point I just gave up on the logic, which is why you have floating... There was meant to be a column here, but walking around in this swamp is just too annoying, and I just couldn't be bothered with making it look logical. It took way too much time. I'm gonna leave the train there for now, in case I need it again. Okay, that's the wrong toolbar. And if you're wondering why I'm putting down these, it's because of the snap lines. And also, I'm not sure if you heard me when you wrote lurk earlier, Wally, but if you would be so kind as to go into Nightbot and actually implement lurk and unlurk, that would be very nice. I can always go over the text, just write something generic, if you have time for it, that is. Because I haven't put those into the custom command yet. I completely forgot about it. Did I put down all the lifts on that side? 1, 2... No, I thought I just put down 3. Yay! That's an issue. That's... Yeah, just write something generic, like user is lurking. I'm hungry, so my brain isn't functioning for cleverness at the moment. We're ordering some pizza. I guess I could just do that. Don't really need a conveyor there. Okay, now... This does not help me very much. That does. But of course I will not get a snap line with that one, but I think it's basically just one further away. Then it's this one should be here. And then here. Whoa. And the whoa there was because my screen flickered. Okay, I think that's good. Now we need belts. Autosave incoming. Here we go. And then we can remove all these extraneous splitters that we do not need. And how did I do? Oh yeah, okay. So that's how I did it. Then we just need lifts going the opposite way. Did I just build a lift on top of a lift? What just happened there? Oh. No, I did not build a lift on top of a lift. I downgraded the lift because this used to need 120... No. What's 240 divided by 4? It's more than 60. No, it isn't. Why did I use Mark II lifts there? I actually have no idea why I bothered to use Mark II lift there. It doesn't even make sense because it's not necessary. When the well, maybe I did it so that because the machines turned off, like very briefly, but occasionally, since they used to require 60. Okay, so the copy-paste function is actually quite useful in this regards. I just wish it was something easier to click than Control-V. Speaking of which, is it configurable? Nope. Well, they might add that. But it's very suspicious that they use the default Windows copy-paste function there. Okay, so now it's just a matter of, well, building the lifts on this side as well might be a good idea. And then connections. There we go. Just responding to a message. These ones are not really necessary anymore, but I'm not going to bother replacing them. Okay, so I do have everything that is necessary to go into these refineries on each side. They are all getting alumina solution. They are all getting petroleum coke as soon as I hook up that belt. The pipelines have been upgraded to Mark II. So the next question, or the next thing then, is to deal with the water. Because I'm producing 720 water now, and that is too much. But this is a kind of a... Sorry. It's water. Hugo Coffee Stain, you have the most perfect flavor text. How would you do this, Wally? I'm producing more water from the refining process than is necessary for the sloppy alumina recipe, which means that I need to package some of the water and put that packaged water into a sink. But at the same time, I also need to make sure that the process doesn't stop, since this is a self-supplying loop. And since it's a self-supplying loop, I would always have to have one water extractor to kickstart the entire thing, because without that, this one wouldn't be producing the alumina solution, which is necessary to produce the water that's coming out of the other refineries. Oh, and if anyone... addressing Wally specifically out of habit, feel free to come with input if anyone has any suggestions for this. Because I must have pumps. I must have one water extractor so that I can supply enough water to start Put a box in the line after a priority splitter to serve as a kickstart buffer. Yeah, that is a good idea, but the thing is... if someone builds this from scratch, they need one water extractor to start the entire thing. So it doesn't make sense to tear it down again. In case something goes wrong, kind of thing. This is where one of those areas where having a logic gate would be good. Yeah, that was what I was considering. A water tank with a valve. But... oh! Oh, that's brilliant. Does the pump work like that? Yeah, because that's my worry. The thing is, if I have too much water in the system down here, these are going to stop functioning. So I need to make sure that I have the correct amount of water in the loop. Exactly. So hence the logic gate thing. It would have been very useful to have a logic gate here. If I could automate it... well, actually, yes. That is a good suggestion. Because what I could do is I could have a power switch. It would require me to go out here, of course, if things stopped. But I could have a power switch that toggles power to the water extractors. And when the loop is started, I could just toggle that switch so that the water extractors turn off. It would, of course, require me to monitor somehow. But then again, I would probably notice if my entire factory stopped up. Yeah, that's... I agree, that would be the most sensible way to do it, but that'll probably take me 6 hours. I wish they had some kind of logic gate in cases like these. Because clearly they must be aware themselves that this is a setup that works. Right? No, it's 6, 12, 48. So it's 2, 4... 12? 1, 2, 6. Okay, so the ratio is 1 to 6. 1 sloppy alumina, 2 aluminium scrap, and 6 pure aluminium ingot smelters. I think I'm gonna go with a manual power switch for now, and maybe I can do a priority thing later on, but that will require me to unlock the power switch. Because I don't think I have that. Oh, in your video, you didn't. You were showing one of these, but the other one. No, wait, never mind. Power switch. It would require me to unlock this one, which is something that I probably should do on camera for the episode itself, but that's 5 minutes. And I have no clue how it works. Well, I guess it's not exactly rocket science. You put a power line in on one side of it and a power line in on the other side of it, and there's a switch. Shouldn't be the most advanced device in the world. Yep. But I'm going to have to go back to the base. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just unlock it so that I have it ready for the episode. I'm sure people have seen the power switch by now, and I guess watching a MAM unlock isn't really critical for an episode. I mean, I've done all the hard drive research off camera, so why not just do that one off camera as well? And it's not off camera technically, because people can just go watch this one. Yep, I don't have the 48-hour grace time. Although I assume sideloading takes time. I would be surprised if Amazon prioritized... Yeah, exactly. I didn't think they would prioritize that kind of traffic on their network. Does YouTube process it, or is it kind of like pre-processed? No, I assume they would have to process it to check for any copyright stuff. Okay. So, yeah, that is 24 hours after I end the stream, right? But I can sideload it immediately since I'm not an affiliate, which means that I can push this out on YouTube before the actual episode 2 tomorrow. Not that I expect that YouTube will be done with processing something that's more than 3.5 hours long before then, but... AI limiter. Yeah. No. What I meant was that I can sideload now when I'm done with the stream, and I can publish it whenever YouTube is done processing it, right? The question is, will YouTube be done processing this video before 4 p.m. European time tomorrow? That is a question that is interesting. Do you remember what the power switch requires to build? Because if it requires aluminium casings, I have an issue. Because I don't think I can get the aluminium casings as parts here, since I haven't unlocked the tech in the... usual stuff. That's helpful. I've never built one, so I don't know what usual stuff in this case means. Does it require an AI limiter, for instance? Okay. I'll double check it to make sure. Game resources, that would be structure, I think. Power switch, quick wire, steel beam, and AI limiter. Good thing I checked. We need one. The other was quick wire. I always have a stack of quick wire with me, so that's fine. Do you not consider the AI limiters a late tier stuff? I haven't even automated them. Don't ask me why. I think it's simply just because I forgot. It's not a bad... it's not a... it's not a very intense process to automate them. Oh, they're even in yeah, I think they're tier 6. 5 or 6, depending on how they change them around. Yeah, I mean... I assume they've changed the recipe for this. I seem to recall these using something else. Update 3. Must be fun to watch my cursor move around when I'm actually using my web browser. No, they haven't changed it. Why on earth didn't I automate these? How bizarre. I mean, setting up 4 assemblers making these, or 5 assemblers or something, would be very simple. It's not like I lack copper sheets or quick wire. Wait. Yeah. Caledorn derp. Here you can see the very funny result of my wonky train station. For those of you who didn't see that yesterday, apparently, for some reason, I am not allowed to build the train switches on the seams between the concrete foundations in that area over there. I haven't encountered the problem when I tried it somewhere else, so I have no idea what it is. But if I try to build the switch on a seam, it just says terrain height something too high or something, too uneven. Oh, that's useful. We are not going to forget our hard drive researchers anymore, Wally. Oh no, I have no fear of that. I'd probably miss them too. If that was on the beginning of my train journey, I probably would have forgotten about it already. But at least we have a better chance of remembering them now. That's good, right? How did I... Not that one, but that one, but I think they're on the same grid, so that should be fine. That power pole is strictly no longer necessary. Sounds like my dinner is here though, and that means that it's time to go, I think. Because I don't want to eat pizza while I'm streaming. So I'll probably do the rest of this off camera, because I'm getting tired as well. Streaming does take a little bit of, yeah, ASMR. That's going to be very pleasant. So I'll probably just do the rest of this off camera, as I mentioned, so that I can finish it up. I'm getting very close to the point of recording anyways, so there's not much that anyone is going to miss if they enjoy watching this. So, because basically what is left now is making the belt for the petroleum coke, which is more or less just reattaching it. And why is that already powered? Because I obviously did a boo-boo there. So that's left. What more is left? How the heck? How did I manage to do that? Okay. Just checking to see that there's no power here. So that power pole, I didn't connect it that way now. It was connected like that before, because it was connecting the power poles in the middle there up with the other ones. So yeah, I need to connect up the power poles correctly. I need to... the belts I'll probably do in the actual video. But I... Okay, so that's a part of what is going to be missed. I'm going to have to set up the copper smelting, and I also have to set up the assemblers that are going to do the... and of course it's at the top. This one. So that's going to be off camera, but it's not going to be that much, so... And it's also going to be very repetitive, but I might actually, depending on how I feel, I might actually stream again as early as tomorrow. The stuff that I'm going to do in preparation for episode 3. So, based on how this stream has been today, this has been 3 hours 31 minutes so far, 32 minutes actually. there's no reason why I can't stream. So, a little bit depending on how I feel, you might see me again tomorrow. Otherwise, thank you, Wally. That actually works. So, thank you all so very much for joining me in the stream, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to come to the Discord server, Wally will poke down the link to the Discord server from Nightbot in the chat, and you're more than welcome to join us there. And yeah, that's all. Thank you, Wally. Also my YouTube channel. So I think that's it. Yep. I will see you all in either the next stream or in the next episode on YouTube or over at Discord. So thank you all, and see you soon.